Entry 9, Chapter 5. Don't Ghost Me. Once Tangi convinced Luki, Isla, and Esther, they each took turns mustering the courage to bring themselves and introduce themselves to Georgie. It was much more difficult for them, being that they hadn't seen her first and had to merely take Tangi's word for it that she was benevolent. But they knew that it should be okay, based on how nonchalant Tangi was about the matter. Georgie paced back and forth in the air briskly while staring at the floor nervously. After some talking amongst each other, the group decided to introduce themselves individually so as to not overwhelm the excited little ghost. Luki decided to go first. Upon taking a gander at the entryway into the house, he happened upon Georgie just as she was passing by, catching her attention where he stood. The still movement of her body, especially at the speed she was going, was too unsettling for him to bear. Next, Esther gave it a try, but Georgie's luminous blue eyes were too jarring for her to handle. This greatly depressed Georgie. She exited the house, where she began to meander mopingly. Tangi was waiting by the side of the house. Upon seeing Georgie unexpectedly by herself in the open, she camouflaged once again, as she was not sure whether or not it was Georgie. But upon realizing that it was indeed her, she approached her and asked what was wrong. Georgie explained that Tangi's accomplices ran away, just like everyone else he tried to greet. "I understand that seeing a ghost is frightening," she began. "But could you give me not 7 seconds to begin to introduce myself? You'd think if they were so scared they'd be too paralyzed to move. They look like they've seen a ghost, but they never act like it." Tangi thought for a moment. I think it might depend on the proximity between you and the individual. If they're too far away, they may be able to muster enough fear to run, especially if there are any obstructions blocking the distance in between." "I never thought of that," replied Georgie. "Yeah. Say, have you considered that it might be the tattered gown you're wearing?" asked Tangi. "The tattered attire could possibly contribute to an uncanny appearance. Not necessarily the culprit, I'm just thinking out loud. Something that's pretty standard for me." Thought Georgie. "I actually do want to buy new clothes, but if I enter a store, everyone will run out screaming, and I won't be able to buy anything. But more importantly, that would be one of the worst days of my afterlife. So I just look at the clothes through the window, hoping that one day I'll be able to buy some new clothes." "I see," said Tangi understandingly. "People either fear or shun what they don't understand, because they see it as a threat to their stability and or safety. Believe me, I know." "Well, that makes sense, Tangi," concurred Georgie. "Well, I think I know where I could put this old tattered gown of mine. There's a scarecrow in the back of the house. I could put it on the scarecrow." Tangi thought this was a good idea and thus agreed. She followed Georgie to the back of the house, where a makeshift scarecrow had been placed. "I think it looks good," said Tangi. "Why don't we see what they think? I'll be with you this time." "Okay," agreed Georgie. "Let's see how they react. Though I am curious, why didn't you flee when you first saw me like everyone else?" "Because I secretly observed you when you found the cassette player. It was a setup to see how you react to holy music." "Oh." "Georgie, wait back inside the house. I'll fetch my friends and bring them here. I'll knock on the house when it's time to reveal your new look. How does that sound?" Georgie smiled and nodded. "Sure." After Tangi led the three back up to the house, she prepared to reintroduce Georgie. "Guys, I'd like you to meet our newest acquaintance, Georgianne, or Georgie for short." She walked over to the side of the house and gave it a knock, this time giving a double knock, which is traditionally the type of knock used to get someone's attention. Georgie peeked her head out of the side of the house, startling a nearby slug onto its back. Usually this action wouldn't be possible, but with a body that lacks physical boundaries, her matter, or lack thereof, was completely willing to comply. The three jumped up in surprise, but Tangi quickly reassured them and helped calm them down alongside Georgie. After the three became a bit more acquainted with her, they began asking questions. Are you all alone here?" asked Esther. "How long have you been a ghost?" asked Isla. "Why haven't you passed on?" asked Luki. Georgie was saddened to think about these questions, yet also beyond glad to finally have company that would not, ghost her. "I've been a ghost for well over the time I was a human, and I've been alone for a very long time. I haven't really been keeping track of the amount of time, but I'd say it's been at least 100 years since I've been able to speak to someone.